Welcome to a special episode of Quantum Dungeons. My name is Havok Shadow, your guys' DM. Joining me today, we have Kata War, aka Kendrill, and DRoc, aka Rogar. Like I said,
Facts.
today is a special episode. We're going to do a recap of the last 5 episodes of gameplay and answer any questions that the players may have or you guys in the audience may have. Um, so going back to episode 1, we had Kata War playing a Dragonborn barbarian. We had the Great Haboob. Rest in,
Fallen Heroes.
we
Narcus, no. Not all. All right, 2 episodes were lost to the storm.
Oh,
Okay.
had,
The first 2 episodes were lost. So what we have on YouTube right now is episode 3. That's where we entered Fandelver, which is it's not Fandelvin. It's Fandelver, I guess. Fandelver. I don't know. Fucking don't judge me. Anyways, that's where we're starting. So episode 1 is going to be us exploring the town, and then 2 and 3 will be our last 2 episodes, and then this will be up next, and all that good stuff. So
all the good stuff.
yeah,
all the stuff you actually care about. No one wants to see anyone dying.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
We
Cod. Cod died.
kind of wiped. Well, me, I died, and Haboob died in what episode 2?
Episode 1.
Oh yeah, episode 1 we both died.
Yeah.
Oh, big rip. That's a
So
campaign I'm trying to do with my kids. Perfect. We'll follow along because this is what we're doing.
Yeah. So we had a Cut of War playing a Dragonborn, a blue Dragonborn
Thanks, Ocelot.
barbarian.
Thanks for reminding us.
We had the Great Haboob playing a human knowledge cleric, which would have been great to see all of his different perks. A lot of things could have been helped throughout the campaign thus far. And the man knew seven languages. That could have been clutch.
Yeah, he did.
Could have been immensely
It did.
helpful.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have mattered even if he hadn't died. He's still not here because
Yeah.
of computer
Right. Right.
I was gonna say, Ocelot, the feathers are why you keep. I'm
Feathers.
like, are you on drugs right now? How does that autocorrect from death to feathers? I don't understand.
We had DRoc, who is still playing his original character. However,
Show off.
however, he was left at the Netherwinter Tavern as he was drunk.
Yeah, I was hammered.
Yeah. Or else
And
maybe we'd all still be alive right now.
True.
Just saying.
What could have happened? You needed the hero like me.
Just saying.
and Mr. Wolf, who is currently been asleep for 3 days.
It's
The
critical.
best rest of his life.
Right?
Oh my god.
I hope when he comes back and his character wakes up, he says, "What year is it?"
He better. If he doesn't, I'm putting him right back to sleep.
Playing his still current character, a halfling paladin.
Just a swift kick to the jaw.
That's right.
So, first
Maybe you
up,
can gently wake him up with your claws and take out an arm.
Um,
I'm okay
so-
with that.
so first episode, you guys left Netherwinter, went down the high road onto the
Tribal Trail.
I was gonna
Yeah.
grab my actual book because I have this on in a book form, but I don't have it up here with me.
I was gonna say
Um,
show the people, but apparently you can't because you didn't bring it.
Yeah. Hey, I came
Big
somewhat
rip.
prepared.
that will be a big rip.
Mm-hmm.
To which point you guys had a small encounter with some goblins. Managed to barely escape that encounter. and followed the path to the Kragma hideout. Cleared that, I think, pretty well.
Thanks. Wow, is that a compliment?
Who
That
came to
was
the rescue? I did.
until you guys wanted to
Yeah.
tangle with Craig, the bugbear.
Craig was a bastard.
Craig was the boss. He was
a
your
bastard.
he was your first mini boss at
He
level
killed
1.
us. Craig killed us.
So
Oh,
Fighting with
originally, yeah. Your other characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
so I'm just gonna ask this again because I did in the last episode. Did you look at your barbarian notes that I gave you?
Who?
You.
Me?
From the time I sent them to you to the time
Probably
we
not.
played.
Probably not.
So I'm gonna read you a passage that was in your
Oh.
notes.
But that could have greatly helped us.
That could have greatly helped you.
Of course. Of course.
Don't judge me. Okay?
I'm not judging.
Don't. Just because I don't read the 17,000 pages you send me about the character that I have.
It's 2 pages. It's 2 pages.
It's 17,000 pages.
No, Narcus, we scouted out this hideout, so we found out that they were coming out in 4s. So it wouldn't matter how many of us there were. We just found out. So we decided to attack them.
The original campaign, Narcus, is set up for 5 players. In this case, you can do it with 4. But since DRoc wasn't there for that first episode, it kind of put things off kilter. Which is why
I'd say so.
Which is why.
Is that how you put it? Off kilter?
Yeah.
AKA half of us dying?
Yeah, it's fine. Just roll better.
It's not
Just
fine.
roll. Get better rolls.
It's not fine.
Get higher than a 12.
Ooh.
Wow.
So
We're going there now, huh?
back to
Going there.
episode 1.
Okay.
You have an ability. You had, I should say, an ability called Rage. In battle, you fight with Primal Ferocity. On your turn, you can enter Rage as a bonus action, meaning you still have your attacking ability. While rage, you can still attack even though you did your Rage.
Okay.
While raging, you gain the following benefits if you are not wearing heavy armor. In this case, you are not wearing any armor.
Yep.
You have advantages on strength checks and strength saving throws. When you make a melee weapon attack using strength, which is what you would always use as a barbarian, you gain bonus to the damage roll that increases as you gain level as a barbarian, shown in the rage damage column, which I'll refer to here in a minute. You have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Yeah.
So while you were raging, you take half damage.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
If you are able to cast spells, you cannot cast them or concentrate, which as a barbarian you wouldn't anyway. Your rage lasts for 1 minute, which is 10 rounds. It ends early if you are knocked unconscious or if your 10 earns.
That would have been real nice.
If you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn, or taking damage since then.
Okay.
Sometimes it helps to read.
Hey, maybe I'll read the notes for this guy. I don't think there's anything crazy.
I don't
with
know. That
my
might be a
elf,
good
though.
idea.
I mean, I'll probably read him. So,
So-
Narcus, yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing right now. We're pretty much playing with 3 in the DM.
Yeah, we're pretty much having to play with 3.
So I'd say yes, it's doable.
So with
Right.
with your rage damage, whatever damage you would have done, you would have gained an extra 2 damage as well.
That would have been helpful. Okay, so hang on. I'm gonna stray from this
Yeah.
cod bashing right now.
No one's cod bashing.
We're gonna stop hitting the fish. Okay. I don't like to be smacked against rocks.
So that's
Okay.
that's
So as a DM, so in Narcus' case right here, he's got 3 and a DM. Himself
Yeah.
being the DM. As a DM, how would you modify the campaign from a 5-player, which it's supposed to be, to I don't know if you'd consider this 3 or 4 players.
So what I did in this case, seeing that I am new to DMing completely, this is God of War's first campaign. DRoc, I believe you said that you've been out of it for a little bit. You haven't really.
About a year and a half.
So because everyone was kind of new or haven't been in the scene, what I did was I gave everyone a common or an uncommon item. Just that way they have something to use to help them either in different out of combat situations. Like, for example, we had LT, aka Vela, using her Eyes of Charming to get higher level items, which I do not at all recommend doing. Or
That worked out really well.
Yeah.
Or in Todd's case with his Barbarian, I gave him a Javelin of Lightning, which does a lot of damage just to help with different fights.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have...
Do you have the book, Narcus, or how are you setting this up for yourself?
So there's 3
I'm not talking to you, Havok.
I was just going to clarify in case you said no.
Savage.
Oh,
Quit hitting the fish. All right, what were you going to say?
Hold on. Let me get caught up. There. We have the starter edition and the player's handbook. So there's also the monster manual book that helps with the monster stat blocks. The player's handbook, which you said that you have, and the Dungeons Master's Guide, which has
How many fucking books do you have?
4. And
Oh,
there's
okay.
There's still 2 more I don't have.
Nice.
The Dungeon Master's book helps you learn different trials as a Dungeon Master that you should know. It also has all the items that you can give out as loot. It just gives an explanation of the item itself, a little bit of lore, and any extra damage that it does.
Like the flame tongue?
Like the flame tongue.
The oath bow.
The oath bow. Those are the 3 main books that you should have just to get an idea of different statistics, scenarios, things of that nature. Honestly, I learned a lot from them, but the main source of information I got was from just watching different YouTube videos, different campaigns, watching them on Twitch, just seeing how different players go about running their own characters or how different DMs run their own games. And I kind of build off of that.
Cool.
How much is that's euro? Or is that pounds? Pounds?
Yeah, so it's like 120 bucks.
I was looking at that sounds
Dang,
about
that's a
right.
lot.
Yeah, that's right around what it cost.
Yeah, they're expensive, man.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a
And
lot.
a lot of them are that expensive.
Yeah. I was about to get the other 2 that I'm missing today. I'm like, I'm just gonna hold off for a little bit.
What are the other 2?
So there's another set of 3 that came out. There's Xanathar's Guide to Everything, which builds off of the player's handbook. Gives more feats, different. What's the term I want to use? Different variations of the classes that you can be as a paladin, a barbarian, a rogue. So you have different. Think of them as like talent trees. They have different branch offs of what you can be or how to play that character. There's some items in there. The other two are monster manuals. So there's more monsters that, if I wanted to, I can incorporate inside the game.
Gotcha. So when we go from, all right, so I'm guessing the DN. So this is a starter set. When we go from 5 to 3 players, do you modify like hit points, or would you do anything about like spawning less monsters, which I'm guessing it tells you how many there are in a place, or I don't really know how the DM side of things works.
So with the since we're using Roll20,
yeah,
and the actual campaign itself, in Roll20 they took the book and just put it in a digital form. All the monsters have a average stat block. So if I wanted to, I could dial it down. Or if I think the encounters are going to be too easy, I can dial it up. They have an average damage set that they do. Again, I can dial it down if I think it's going to be too challenging. Dial it up if I think it's going to be too easy.
Yeah.
As of right now, I've just been doing rolling for the damage, but keeping the health the same. And either they've been doing way less damage than they ought to, or they've been doing right around average. So they haven't been hitting as hard as they could.
Okay.
Interesting.
Which is lucky for Rogar, because he could have been taken out a couple times.
Rogar got fucked up.
But
so,
no, I didn't.
Yeah, Narcus, we all made our own characters.
Ocelot, yeah. I probably should have died. He double attacked me.
You should have died just because of karma.
Double attacked me and missed one of the attacks.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that saved me.
So our plan is, Narcus, to do a stream. No. This is good. Keep asking questions. The plan is to do a stream all around character creation. So from beginning to end, how to make a D&D character. That's going to be coming. You want to do that this week sometime?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that this week sometime.
We should build DRoc's new character for him.
Yeah, we should.
I'm not gonna die.
After he dies.
I am not gonna die.
That's what you think. Guess who's dying? Karma. I read somewhere in that the first encounter on the road, when you find the overturned wagon, there is the same goblins as players +1. When half die, they start to flee.
So with that encounter, you're partially correct. So there are 4 goblins in that area. When 3 of the goblins have been defeated, the book says that the 4th one should run off. At that point, it's up to the characters to either slay them out, capture them, and try to get information out of them, or follow them, whatever they want to do. It's completely up to the players themselves. Not every group that runs that campaign is going to do the same thing. It's all improv. So we could, in theory, do the same campaign again, and not all the encounters or the experience that we had the first time is going to be the same as the second.
Right. Drow, rogue.
Wizard gnome, nice.
Drows are very nice. So
Why? What's up with drows?
they have better dark vision than the any other race. Like I was saying before, drows are known to be in the Underdark,
Mhm.
which is underground. So the lore behind that is uh, they were able to get better eyesight by living underground. So their dark vision is up to, I want to say, 120 feet, as to where any
Like
other
how DRoc is just staring at me right now.
as to where any
I
other class that has the dark vision is up to 60 feet. Um, there's something else that was really interesting with them. I don't remember what it was though.
So, Ocelot, I feel like every campaign is going to be different. Like if we played this again as different characters, it could go like a completely different way.
Yeah.
Just because of the RP aspect of it, you know?
Right.
Like you could take it whatever turn you want, which is really nice.
Also, I got enough XP to level up in the last one.
I have inspiration. I'm inspired to kick your ass. Just kidding. Yoga at dawn, everybody, on the roof. Let's go.
No, I can't.
Yoga at dawn.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
I forgot about
I would
that.
say so. Okay, let's talk about this, Havok.
Yes.
Let's a very okay. So, I'm just gonna use Narcus as my like ever example for this. Family playing D&D, first time ever. Obviously, they're doing the right campaign because this is the starter set. But for a brand new DM who probably doesn't know all the rules, to like a kid getting into it, first character ever starting as a wizard. What do you think the challenges are going to be with that in like a spellcaster race versus just a straight up melee race?
So that's actually really good because based off of
Okay, answer that question. I'm going to go AFK to get some more beverage.
wow.
Some more beverage.
From what I know, it's all from different gameplays that I watch. So I kind of have an understanding of the barbarian. Rogues, I'm very well familiar with. Paladins, I've seen. As for spellcasters, I really haven't seen that many, so I can't um, say how well they'll do. But each class has its own niche, obviously. I'm just gonna quick pull up the wizard and just see what's going on with them.
What am I doing that could be useful that I'm not using? Just my breath?
There's that, and there's something else that I really don't want to say because I want to see how long you go without using it.
About to pull my character sheet up and examine it right now.
So the first thing that I see with the wizard is it has a low hit point count. It starts out with a 1d6.
Who does?
The wizard.
Oh no!
So
That's like insta death.
they have
1d6.
yep. At
1d6 health.
Ugh.
At level 1, they have 6 hit points plus their Constitution modifier.
Okay.
Constitution being their life force in a sense.
Even still.
They also don't start with any armor. So their armor class is going to be 10 plus their dexterity modifier. So right there, not a strong armor class. I'm just trying to see. what level they start their spells.
It'll be a good learning experience if nothing else, Narcus. And by learning experience, I mean like confusion is going to break through real quick. Just wait. So you'll get to like the first encounter and he'll die, and then I'll have to make a new character. Then he'll be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be a wizard right away.
The nice thing is he'll get 2 different cantrips of his choice, which they can use as many times as they want. And starting off at level, oh no, that's Warlock. Disregard that. I apologize. That's the wrong one. Sorry.
Holy crap.
So wizards get 3 cantrips that they can use right off the bat.
Ooh, that's even better. Holy shit. Explain a cantrip for everybody.
So a cantrip is a spell that a spellcaster can use, or any other class, if they have the ability to get a cantrip. And that spell can be used as many times as you want. Then there's the actual spells. Depending on what level your character is dependent on the spell level. So each different level up tier for spells is not the same as your character level.
Oh my god.
And
What are you doing over there?
are you
watching football?
No.
DRoc.
He just saw what he missed.
Did he? Did you?
So. And so you have a different amount of spells you can use at different times. Yeah, there's so much. A lot of the different classes I know absolutely nothing about. For example, Bela, who's a sorcerer. I've seen there's like 3 different variants for sorcerers that you can kind of take in, which is why when she used mirror image, I kept saying minor illusion, because all the sorcerers I've been seeing use minor illusion.
Your image was lit though.
Yeah,
that was a great spell.
I think that's the only reason why you got out of that fight, was because of that.
Yeah, that helped a lot. So, Narcus, what kind of questions do you have being a new DM? Like, what do you know? I mean, should we start there? I mean, what you don't know is probably going to be more. It's 300 to level 2. 900 to level 3.
And I think 1200 to level.
What experience do you need to level?
Yeah. Is this info like all in a book somewhere? Like where do you go to look this stuff up?
As it comes to the experience, the different characters, that's all in the player's handbook. Monster stats are obviously in the monster handbook. And then there's just so much more different things. The Dungeon Master's book talks about how to create your own campaign, how to create a world map.
That'd be lit.
The different treasures.
Not allowed to read that yet? What? Should take in as much knowledge as you can being a DM. Like you should know everything.
Well, that's funny that you say that, because a lot of the DMs that I watch actually work for Wizards of the Coast.
I see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the starter set has like a general, just to let you guys know, since you guys don't have it. The starter set comes with pre-made characters that are supposed to be in the campaign, or supposed to be. A general overview of the rules, and a set of dice, and the campaign itself. So you can get the gist from the general rules.
Forgot most of it. Nice.
Gonna be a rough go. It's gonna be a
You'll
rough
be
go.
fine. You'll be fine.
It'll be all right.
So are you talking about the sneak attack, Havoc?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
That'd be a yes. What is your read it to me?
Oh my god, it's so good.
It's really good. Once per turn, you can deal an extra 1d6.
Once per turn?
Now keep in mind, you have to have advantage when using this.
Yes, but we've had advantage every time.
We've had advantage a lot lately. Yeah.
So you can deal an extra 1d6 to one creature per turn. One creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll. The attack must use a finesse or a ranged weapon. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it.
Meaning either you, Vela, or Dadric.
That enemy isn't incapacitated and you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll. The amount of extra damage increases as you gain levels in this. An extra 1d6.
Son of a bitch.
Would have been very useful.
Well, now you know.
Now I know.
I don't think I have
started
anything
reading
crazy
this,
like that.
And I got halfway through it and I was like, fuck. Oh, what a
Yeah, that's a great point, Ocelot, is trying to know where the information is in the book. So when I first got into D&D, I got all the books and I kind of figured out how other people organize. A lot of people write down different information on note cards and have them different color coded. In the books, they'll have different colored tabs to mark things. So, what are you laughing at?
None?
Don't lie to me. I will kill your character off next time it jumps off the roof.
Continue.
Oh, yeah.
Continue.
Jumping off the freaking roof.
So, the best way I can suggest is color coding everything. You know, you have your different locations in one color. Monsters that you know you're gonna use frequently, another color. So for me, I use red for enemies, blue for NPCs, green for locations, yellow for general knowledge.
Oh boy, Hefe.
Hefe. What a guy.
What a
And just keep
guy.
track of it that way.
All right. So Narcus asks, so you roll a d20 to see if you hit somebody.
You roll a d20 and add either your strength or your dexterity, depending on the class, and if they use finesse, being dexterity or strength. So let's say you roll a d20 and you get a 15, and you're using a finesse weapon, and your dexterity is +3. That 15 gets turned into an 18 to see if you hit the target.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, God was rolling.
Rolling.
Last episode.
Oh man. Natural 20s everywhere.
So that was
Woo.
straight bullshit. I've never seen that.
Feels good, man. Feels good, man.
It's pretty incredible.
All right.
Do you add all dex and bonuses? You have dex, strength, etc. So, like for example, in DRoc's case, he's a rogue. Rogues use dexterity as their
World's largest rogue.
Rogues use
Snicky.
dexterity as their primary attacking source, and usually use daggers. Daggers are considered a finesse weapon, so they wouldn't want to use strength for that. So like in the example I gave, you roll 15 to see if you hit. You have a +3 bonus, turning that into a 18 to hit.
Because the dexterity modifier.
Right.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Compendium
Yeah.
on Roll20 would for sure be a lifesaver. Just type it in versus paging through the book.
Yeah.
Like, how many page numbers do you have memorized from the book?
I'm not gonna lie, I've read most of the books of each of them, and I kind of have a general idea of where to look.
Yeah,
Each
well,
of
that's good.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's very nice. Okay, so what is Narcus talking about? Like getting a round table and having a screen. Is that like a play top, like a tabletop screen? Is that what you mean by that?
Did he? I'm trying to see where he said. Did he say a dungeon master screen? Or
Yeah.
Just said
Yeah.
a
Talking
So-
about DM screen though.
a DM screen is so. Let's say for example, next year we go to the TCon, and we decide
we
to
can
do a
say
game.
that here. We're
Yeah.
we're on Twitch right now. We're not the other place.
we could do a live game, right? So
Yeah.
what a
That would be
dungeon
kinda
master,
dope. And live
That'd be
streaming.
dope.
yeah.
That would be
So-
dope.
What a DM screen is so I got my desk right here. It's an actual fold out screen, and it has just random notes that help you out, and you can hide your roles behind it. You can put sticky notes on it, whatever, just to help you through that game session without the players knowing, what kind of roles you're getting.
DM screen.
Yeah, we have a DM screen. They're fun.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of useful notes on there.
Yeah.
Like what? Like what does it say?
You want me to quick go get mine?
Yeah. You know where it is.
Yeah, I should know where it is. I'll be right back.
Holy Lord. It's like a homemade one. Lit. Some of these can get pretty fancy.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
I mean, this one's only like $25. Game Master, DM screen, grid pattern expansion, dry erase game board. That looks legit.
Uh-oh. I need to update my credit card on my wine shipment.
Okay. I have so much respect for Havok and everybody else that uses the physical books. Yeah, right. Okay, so if he had +10, or if he had 10 decks and +3, you would add the +3. No, so your 10 would become a 13 then. So if he's using like a finesse weapon and he rolls a 10, and he's got a +3 modifier, that 10 would become a 13. If you're talking about like an attack roll. Last time we tried to play, we sat on the floor and rolled into a box. When I say sit in, oh,
Yeah, but he did.
that's legit.
If you roll the 10, you don't get the modifier. You only get it on the attack on the D20.
Right? Yeah, that's what I mean. Oh, did he?
So here we have the
it's about a
actual
10.
starter set. You have the actual game itself. You have your general rules. The pre-made characters.
I know that sheet all too well.
Spent a lot of time on that.
A lot of
sheet.
time making characters, yes sir.
So this is the DM screen.
That's a big one.
This is actually a quite small one.
I've seen
So-
smaller ones in front of me right now.
So it talks about different attacks, ways to attack, different ways to use your turns.
What's it called? Does it have a name?
What's that?
What you're holding in your hands right now?
A DM screen.
Yeah, but like that's a specific one. So, like, what one is that?
This is from the starter set.
Oh, so you have do you have that?
Yeah.
Narcus should have that. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's really good then. That's very helpful.
Yeah. It talks about different conditions such as suffocation. Talking about jumping.
No, he said he doesn't have a screen. Okay, hang on. I mean, if your character has 10 dex plus 3 and you roll a 10, would you have? So your dexterity, we're only talking about your dexterity modifier.
Your modifier.
So it would be a 13.
Yeah, so you have your dexterity of 10, and then if you're a plus 3 on the modifier for that, that gets added to the d20.
Right. It wouldn't be 23, or else you'd hit almost every time. If that was the case. If you added 13 to your 10.
So, Narcus, it's gonna look like this inside the box. But it'll was it quad fold open
Cool.
to a larger sheet.
Lit. Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
Sad face.
I wonder why.
Yeah, it should come with it.
Time to get on the phone, Narcus.
Hold on, wait.
Bust
Did
some
it come
heads.
with it, or did I actually buy this? I don't remember.
Oh my
Hold
god.
on.
He puts it in there himself and he swears up and down that it comes with it.
Yeah, right?
It doesn't come with it. Huh. I wonder when I bought this. My bad.
Such a pleb.
Did you just look at what's included in the box?
I did.
Such a pleb.
Yeah, it doesn't come with it. That's odd that they wouldn't put that in there for the starter set.
What's it called? Does it have like a name on it?
The starter set?
No, the DM screen.
No, there's no name on it.
Doesn't have like a cover.
I mean, cover.
Just like a dragon.
Yeah, just a dragon.
Okay.
I probably threw it in the box. Probably threw it in the box because it fit.
Yeah. So it's this.
Bottom. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Oh, that's up here with the rest of this shit now. I've seen screens before that come. But the screen comes with the $3. Yeah, that's. I would.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding too.
Can I interject for a second? Just let me tell you how excited I am to have 5 days off in a row.
I hate you.
You just had 2 weeks off.
True. I did, didn't I?
I don't know what that feels like.
Hey, well, when you come to TwitchCon with us,
That's gonna be amazing.
You guys suck.
I know. Kidding. That was mean.
When are you getting there? I'll be in LA on Wednesday.
Yeah, same. I won't be in LA, but I'll be in San Diego on Wednesday.
And then we'll be in San Diego Thursday, I think.
I'm flying out Monday.
I'll hang out Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday I'm gonna go hang out at the beach with the buddy. Go surfing and stuff.
Cool.
Oh.
So I think.
Anyway,
I think your biggest thing that you were missing for our past couple of episodes was that archery. But
yeah,
you got there.
That just need to automatically add that in roll 20.
I don't think you can though.
You can.
I need to
Yeah.
use my sneak attack if we're going to be attacking at night.
Yeah. Full hard fact check.
How are you going to have advantage on those? If you can't see?
Just the same way I did this time.
Do you have 0 night vision?
I have no night vision.
Yeah.
I can use a hooded lantern, and then I can walk up to where I can get in range of their lantern, and then I can attack from there.
But you're gonna have to get within 5 feet of them.
No, I don't.
No, that's just
range,
somebody
range
else
weapon.
is in 5 feet.
Yeah, range. Yeah.
Or the other thing I could do is light my lantern because it lights for 20 feet. And if I'm behind them as they're walking down the hill,
Yeah. I would
they're
think.
not going to see me, but I'll be able to see them.
Yeet. Yeet.
Where you, depending on the weapon that the individual is using, Narcus, I think daggers are 1d4.
Where's
What
in
is
the book?
Where is it in the book?
Yeah. Tell him so he knows.
What class is he looking at?
They don't just have like a weapons section.
Well, they do, but like for example, with your barbarian, you're using a d12 to do your damage. So each weapon has a different dice set that corresponds with it.
We're going to be so much harder to beat now for these rows of 4 people.
Don't say that. Don't say. Why would you say that?
So much harder to beat.
Why would you say that?
Hey, look, man, I'm confident the next time we play, we'll have 4 people. He'll still be level 1 and probably
Who?
die.
Who's gonna be there?
Dodrick. Oh, is he level 2?
He's level 2.
Forgot he's the one that survived.
Yeah.
So a hand axe is a 1d6. Quarterstaff is a 1d6, which would probably, if you're referring to your wizard, wizards can start with a quarterstaff. Spear, short bow.
I know. I just got to level 2. 12,000 years.
To be fair, he was passed out drunk and Neverwinter for a night. And then he came and all the carnage was pretty much done already. And then we spent a day exploring Phandelver, so he hasn't had a lot of opportunity.
I'm just gonna end up breaking the fourth wall since we're kind of doing something a little different.
What do you mean break the fourth wall?
We're breaking the fourth wall. Originally, the group was you two, Mr. Wolf, and Haboob. And then we were going to bring LT in as a guest since Haboob wasn't there. So I put LT at level 3 just to kind of help you guys out.
What? But she does trash damage. How is she level 3?
Because she's been getting low rolls.
She's doing trash damage. I can't believe she's level 3. Anarchy.
But had Haboob come back,
anarchy.
Wow.
You and him would have been at level 2.
Anarchy.
To help out DRoc try to muscle through that, since Mr. Wolf was also at level 2.
I can't.
So, anarchy.
She's a level 3.
Level 3.
That's why she's over here like getting destroyed and still alive, taking 700 hits.
He's fine.
Oh, I still have 15 hit points.
Hey, that's what you have.
That's what I have now.
She has 15 hit points and like 17 doubles that they need to go through before they can actually get to her. Unbelievable.
Well, she still would have had those doubles at level 2.
So what did level 3 get her? More hit points and what else? Another spell?
Level 3 got her more hit points. And her meta magic. In the case for her, she chose Careful Spell, which what that does is, come her next level, she can get Fireball. And originally, without the Careful Spell, if you cast Fireball at enemies and the allies are inside of there, the allies are taking that same damage too.
Okay.
But with Careful Spell, you're able to shape that Fireball in a way to where it's not going to hurt your allies.
Yeah, that makes sense. Good call, LT. Good call.
I need to use 2 of my things in the next episode, to be quite honest.
Ew.
Yeah, I need to use my. The reason I haven't used the breath is because I didn't want. The first time was because we didn't know if anybody else was coming until after the battle. And then
True.
I just
What's the
didn't-
range on it?
I think it's 20 feet.
No.
I mean, it's probably more than that. Probably
Yeah.
like 60.
Yeah, I think it's
There's no way
60.
it's 60.
Yeah, I think it is.
I'm looking right now. If it's
My
60, that's
my breath was 60.
Well, here's the thing with yours though. Yours is acid damage,
yeah.
so it's not like it's gonna be like, for example, COD's Barbarian, where it's crackling lightning and it's gonna light up the place, or a Red Dragonborn, where it's gonna be fire.
Yeah. True. Acid's very nonchalant. Aside from the sizzling and screaming,
Yeah,
it's
right.
it's pretty quiet.
pretty
Aside from all
nonchalant.
that screaming. 5x30. That's what it was.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say,
it's
it's
a
not
cone?
that far. The cone is
Right.
like 40 feet or 45 feet or something.
15-foot cone.
So there is a
Oh, really? I
cone.
thought it was long. There is a cone. I didn't pick the cone though.
Gold dragons, green dragons, red dragons, silver, and white all have cones.
And I'm a copper.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
don't
you
have a
are.
cone.
Dirty copper dragon.
You are worth 1 copper.
Ouch. That's like you can't get any lower than that.
Messed up.
We still love you, Draggy.
My freaking. I'm pretty loaded on attacks, to be honest, with the flame tongue.
Considering we shouldn't have those weapons,
Yeah,
I'd say
but
we're doing pretty good.
I'm not gonna complain.
Like, how much was the oath bow? Did you say it was like
Anywhere
40K?
Anywhere between 50,000, 1 gold to 100,000.
Between 50 and 100,000 gold. I have how much gold do we have right now? Like
50
30?
pieces.
like 50? Okay. Okay. All right. So that's something that should not be anywhere near my hands.
No, that's for level 11 or higher characters.
Yeah, I shouldn't be able to even look at that.
No, it's okay, Narcus. Go ahead and ask away.
This is a Q&A session, so
Yeah.
ask questions. We're
Looking
talking about
at
stats
the-
again. Looking at a pre-made character sheet from the start, said level 1 rogue has 16 dex plus 3 if the 16 doesn't come into attack rolls. It does. The 16 when you roll, you add the 3 to it to see if you hit. The plus 3 is not for damage. It's to see if you hit.
The 16 is like a I don't want to say strength because strength is an actual stat, but it's like a strength tier. How good is how good is that particular stat? At a level 16 stat, it gets your hit and your stat gets that plus 3 bonus. So if you look at the character book, it'll have ability score and modifiers.
What page is that?
depending- That's on page 13. It'll talk about the different levels of stats and what their modifier will be at that level. And my camera is garbo for showing stuff off.
Well, it's also like size 8 font, so
It's tiny.
don't give it that hard of a time.
But if you got the player handbook, it's on page 13, and it'll show you the different levels. Well, players is level 8 is really debating on. If it's too. Yeah, I would honestly with the oath bow, I would not give it to him until like level 15.
I mean,
if I
it's
had my way.
if it did more damage than a regular longbow without having to utter the words and only using it once per day, it would be a lot better. or else like its base damage is the same as a longbow.
without using the command word.
Correct. So, I mean, it's good, but like it's not
Well,
it's not 100,000 gold good.
the key thing about it is the fact that you can pretty much put up a hunter's mark with it time after time after time without having to use your spell slots. That's where it comes into play so good. You can use that spell slot for something else.
What are you talking about?
So you, as a ranger, you have your hunter's spell.
Right. But that's not a cantrip.
No, that's an actual spell.
Right.
But with the oath bow, when you use the command word, it's pretty much casting that spell without using your spell slot.
Right.
So you can use it while saving a spell slot for something else, for another ensnaring strike,
Right.
for a long stride.
Right.
That's why it's so good. It's because you pretty much have that infinite ability to
once
use
per
your-
day.
Is it
Yeah,
once
you
per
can only
day?
use it one time.
Well, still having a no, I guess
Right.
not.
I mean, I get it that you don't have to cast Hunter's Mark. It pretty much casts it when you utter the words. But you can still only use it one time, just like the Flame Tongue.
No, you can use flame tongue as much as
No,
you
I
want.
can use the flame tongue more. It's whether I light it on fire or not.
Yeah.
Okay, can I use my Oath Bow more then? Because if I can, I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
If you
we confirm
No,
that
but
I can.
so the thing is,
Yeah.
if I don't use the fire, though, I don't get the special
He can-
2d6.
he can.
Well,
use
no,
it.
I understand that. I mean, just so if I utter the word of power, I can only do that once per long rest.
I'm looking it up right now.
Right? Okay. Yeah.
Because that's the same thing with mine. And then afterward, I just get a regular 1d6 plus
Right.
2 piercing.
Right, Ocelot. Yep. You can mark one enemy as your sworn enemy once per day. And that's an Oath Bow thing. But so that's the only way that I could use the word of power is to mark an enemy as my sworn enemy, which is basically a Hunter's Mark. Right? I don't know. I only started this 5 episodes ago. Clearly, I'm not a wealth of knowledge. Yeah.
The
They
target,
take an extra 3d6 from it every time you hit them.
the target
Yeah.
of your attack becomes your sworn enemy until it dies, or until a new dawn 7 days later. You can only have such sworn enemies one at a time.
Right.
When your sworn enemy dies, you can choose a new one. Oh, after the next zone, yeah.
Correct, Ocelot. Yes, it's basically a boss killer.
And it's
Agreed.
savage because an extra 3d6 each time.
Extra
Now-
3d6 each time is lit.
Now going back to the flame tongue, you can use it as a whatever sword you want. It's considered any sword can be a flame tongue. So if you want it to be a long sword, it's a long sword. If you want it to be a short sword, it can be a short sword. But you have to declare what it is right away, provided you're proficient with it.
I'm proficient with both of those, so
So if it's a long sword, you can use it as a long sword. Ignite it if you want, and continue using it with that 2d6 fire damage. As many swings as you want.
so it's not just one swing. I can swing several times with it.
Like,
Yeah.
but how many times until that enemy's dead? Is it kind of like the Oath Bow where
It should be lit the entire time until he puts it out.
you just leave it lit?
I would imagine you can't do that.
That's lit. I'd imagine you can't do that either.
As a bonus action, you can speak the magical command words, causing flame to erupt from the blade. These flames shed bright light within 40-foot radius and dim for an additional 40. While the sword
Damn. That's a
Well,
bright
there's-
ass light.
While the sword is ablaze, it deals an extra 2d6 fire damage to any target it hits. The flame lasts until you use a bonus action to speak the command word again, or until you drop or sheath the sword.
So
Okay.
unless I'm just openly walking around with a lit blade.
I
Right.
mean, you could just to be a badass, but
I could
You could.
after
So what's the cooldown time on it after it's sheathed?
so long
there isn't.
rest.
There
Oh, it's
isn't?
not.
No.
What?
Oh,
That's
that
the
is
most. Oh,
lit.
that's so good then.
I thought it was
That's
one
so
per
good.
day, dude. Yep, it's so lit. Oh my gosh,
Wow, that's such a good weapon. Wow.
it's way better than I even expected.
All right, how do you decide and know what items there is? That both sounds great. Yeah, it is great.
So,
My baby.
in different campaigns, for like this one, we're running Lost Man's of Delvin. Each different campaign book will have different treasury armory that the players can find in it. In this case, I just threw a couple things in there just to toy with these guys, and I let them have fun with it. I let them LT use her eyes of charming
Batter
to
her eyelids.
batter her eyelids as some women might, and I just gave it to them. Now, in that particular episode, I wasn't feeling good, and I'm just gonna say it. I really wasn't in the mood to stream, and I wasn't gonna fight with them. I just said, "Here you go, whatever,"
Yes.
which incredibly bit me in the ass.
Totally
And-
did.
And as a DM, when those kind of situations occur, you kind of have to think, okay, what am I gonna do to counteract those situations? Because now here these guys are with such great weapons, it's just gonna be easy for them to walk through. Now, because it's going to be so easy, me as a DM, I can get frustrated because now they have these lit weapons. The fights aren't going to be great. Same with on their side. They're going to say, wow, these fights are
Ocelot, you shut your dirty whore mouth.
Double every enemy cell.
Shut your mouth.
We barely killed the last people.
Same with them. Oh, wow, these fights are too easy. I'm not really getting much of a challenge. This is boring, yada, yada, yada. So as a DM, you have to try and find a way to balance that out. You know, what's the perfect way to make it challenging for them, but not so much to where they're not having any fun.
I feel like he already did double their health.
I know.
didn't double
Those
any
bugbears
health.
were
'Cause
bullshit.
they're pretty strong.
Would you recommend reading LMOP fully before starting it?
You should, just that way you have an idea of what's going on, or at the very least, read the first 2 chapters. So that way you can see what you're getting into, and then as you complete one chapter, read the next one. Just that way it's fresh in your mind on what's going on. In my case, that's what I wanted to do, but with Compendium, or not the Compendium, with Roll20, it's not really laid out the best. It's kind of clunky. So if you watch the first couple streams, I'm not taking my time, but it's because I'm reading everything, it's slowing everything down. So I'm just at this point just winging everything, trying to get some general notes and just having fun with it.
130. Sorry.
I gave him in group, so really strong.
Mean. That was very mean.
That's not mean.
That's mean.
I'm fine with 130 hit points.
Adding 130 hit
210.
points.
Yeah. So that's what, 200 and 210?
Yep.
Yep.
You know what else I
Yeah,
need to
210.
do after this battle? I need to put my armor on.
Yeah, you do. Don't forget to put your armor on.
Yeah,
What's
you're
that?
fine with-
What's that going to change his armor class? How much is it going to go up?
So right now he's at 12. It should put him up to 14.
I was gonna say it was only
Lit.
13 with
That's
the
nice.
regular leather, so it has to be like 14. 15 would be a lot.
Yeah. I think Mr. Wolf is at 15 or 16 right now.
I think I'm up there too.
I think you're at What are you at? I think you should be right around 15 or so.
I'm gonna pull up my character sheet.
I can't be wearing the bulky armor though, because of my class.
True. I mean, studded leather isn't loud though. It's still quiet.
No, it is.
Ish.
I have to wear light armor. I can't wear.
16 is your armor class.
9?
Yep.
Dang, I just opened it too.
What was Mr. Wolf?
25 to 40 damage per turn. Jeez.
Yeah.
Wolf
That's
16.
wild. Yeah, so okay, that's fine. 130 hit points with that kind of damage per turn. That's fair.
All right. So, oops. Wait, I just rolled. Let's see how I did. I just rolled a 19 on the oath bow. 6 damage.
Inside of what? Roll 20?
Yeah.
You have roll 20 open?
Yeah, it's getting my character sheet. That's where it is.
I sent you a PDF.
Yeah, I can't do anything in
Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind.
while we're streaming, yeah. Oh shit, I just rolled again.
When you level up, do you add points? So with the level up, so like for example, the wizard scenario, they start with a 1d6 hit points or a hit die rather. Every time you level up, you can do one of two things. You can either roll that d6 and see what you get, and add your Constitution modifier, or you can take the average. In this case, the average on a d6 is a 4. You can take that 4 plus your Constitution modifier and add that to your current hit points. So you start out at 6 hit points, take the average of 4, that puts it at 10. And let's say your Constitution modifier is plus 2. That 10 turns into a 12 then for your total hit points.
All right. Let's look at something really quick. All right. Do you have roll 20 open?
I can.
Okay, open that shit. Let's see if we can get this added right here.
Oh, you want to do the plus 2?
Yep. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna be doing it right.
Doing the what?
I have as a ranger, I have archery as a skill, which does plus 2 damage with ranged or with ranged weapons.
No, both of you guys are in here.
I am now. I just opened it.
Oh. I was going to say, I wish someone would have told me that we were going to have this open.
That's fine. We don't have any place for it on this. Okay. Now, in my character sheet, let me know when you have it open.
Yep.
Okay, under oath bow.
Yep.
Where it says damage 1d8 plus dex plus 0. If we put 2 there, where the 0 is, that should take care of the plus 2 modifier, right?
We'll find out.
Oh, dude, I have the perfect thing that I'm going to do. I should use sneak attack.
Oh, yeah. Take that too.
What's that?
I should use sneak
Oh,
attack.
wait, never mind.
And then use my breath weapon, because technically it's ranged. That's brilliant.
Which is...
Can you...
No. No, you put in... Why is there a 2?
Because it doesn't say, it just says range.
This
I
should be
guess it says
this should be
weapon.
a 1d8.
Nah.
1d8 plus dex plus 2, not 2 plus dex plus 2.
I didn't put a 2 there. I put in
there was a 2 there.
I'm using my imagination too much here.
Okay, my dex is 6. Is that right? Oh shit, it is. Okay, so I'm gonna roll this and let's see. What the fuck are you doing? Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so does that all add up correctly? So obviously a 24 hits. Just saying.
Oh, Jeez.
So it's a 1d8, which is.
Oh, my girlfriend just got home.
Open this up real quick.
Yes, Ocelot, I am. I'm gonna start destroying their lives.
Yeah, it's for real. I feel like once they get out of the down from the hill, they shouldn't be able to see the light.
So
This is a lit roll. Just saying.
My girlfriend just got home. Can you AFK me for a sec?
I guess so. So tell her to come say hi.
that's the wrong book.
Not gonna happen, is it? It's not gonna happen.
Probably not.
I have a feeling this roll got a little crazy.
Oh no.
Oh, why is there a? Okay, hang on. Okay. This next one is gonna be correct. I had it set up for the word of power. That's why so much shit rolled. Okay, this it should be correct right here.
I had to pull up the weapon thing so I could see what was going on.
So 16 and then
Roll the 1d8 plus 4. So you got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think that's correct.
yeah. So it's 11 and then plus 2. So why are there 2 d8s down here? Right now. Do you know?
I couldn't tell you. I'm just trying to figure out the word of power real quick. Because you have the 11 there and then you have the 7.
So word of power is 3d6. It's just additional 3d6.
Oh, that's where the other. Okay.
That's for yeah.
Yep. I got it.
So this is.
So you'd be hitting for 18 if you were using it.
Well, okay. So if I use the word of power, I click damage too, which is 3d6, and then I just re-roll on the oath bow, and that is where that would come. So that would be 21 damage shot.
Right. Yep.
Yep.
So the 11 is the original damage, and then the 10 is the 3d6.
Correct.
Yeah, too bad 14 don't hit.
Hey, it depends. It depends.
You'd be hitting those goblins.
Yeah, right. All right. I haven't been reading chat. Is there a way to increase your stats? Yeah.
So
well, maybe.
Yeah, there is. As you level up, there's difference at certain points in times, depending on what class you are. And I think it's always the same, actually. At 4th level, 8th level, 12, and 16. So every 4 levels, you can either do one of two things. You can either put +1 or +2 in one stat of your choice, or you can put +1 into 2 stats, provided whatever stat you're putting it in doesn't go over a 20. So in the case of Kindrel, his dexterity is an 18. So if he wanted to at 4th level, he could put two into his 18, putting him at 20. And then when he reached level 8, he can't put anything into dexterity anymore because that'll bump it over the level 20 mark. So would have.
Can it never go over 20?
No. Stats can never go over 20.
Cool.
When it comes to fighters, I believe the boosts that you might be referring to is they can attack up to something like 5 times in one turn at the appropriate level.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why don't we have one of those?
Fighters are arguably one of the best damage dealing classes in the game. But there's a group that I watch on YouTube. They went through, it was the Paladin, the Fighter, and the Barbarian. And they went to see out of their best builds who would do the most damage. And the Fighter came up, I want to say, second on the most damage dealing. And Barbarian came up on top.
But we don't have one of those anymore.
Yeah.
Never forget Thorn. Never.
Extra ability score boost at 6 and 14.
So,
So I am.
does HP go up as well as the stats, or is level 4 just for stats? HP goes up every level.
Yeah, HP is every level.
Yes.
Otherwise, poor Mr. Rogar over there would still be at a 9.
You started out at 9?
Yeah.
How many hit points do you have?
15 now.
Oh, big rip.
It should. I didn't add my constitution. Oh, it's 1, so it'd be 16.
No, we added the Constitution.
Big rib.
We did?
Yeah.
I thought the average roll was a 6.
The average for a rogue is a 5.
Oh.
Womp, womp, womp.
Well, it was either 5 or roll a 1d8 and hope.
Right. Right.
I figure right now, I'll take what I can get.
Take
Maybe
the
I'll roll
average.
for late 3.
That's also what I did for you, Cod. I took the average plus your Constitution.
Fine with me.
Yeah, and same with LT.
What all
My
constitutes as a
Constitution is
finesse
0.
weapon?
Do
Oh,
what?
wait, no. Yeah, it is.
I said, what all constitutes as a finesse weapon?
That is a good question.
Read the player's handbook, Narcos. It's going to be a wealth of information. A wealth of information.
Do it.
Daggers, darts, rapiers, scimitars, short swords, whips, and that is it.
That's what DRoc is.
I want my
Whips.
my flame tongue will be a short sword.
What about the short sword?
That's what my flame tongue will be. Short sword.
Short sword?
Yeah.
Chart.
So whenever you use it, I'll have to go in there and look and change it if I have to, but it'll be a 1d6 if it is not lit.
Yeah, I think that's what it already is. So
Okay.
My oath bow is a 1d8 plus 6 plus 2.
yeah, it's a 1d6. This it could get nasty.
I'm gonna look that up though. If you can use your breath weapon as sneak attack. I've never.
Well, it doesn't matter because I can use the flame tongue.
You could use
So-
the flame tongue.
I can use it, and then it damages 2 people.
How's it hit 2 people?
I don't know. Or maybe that's the hang on. I need to make sure you didn't. Oh, never mind. That's the app. That's the dummy one that's already in there. I wish we could delete that. The description. There. Now I won't get confused anymore. I think we already talked about this, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I think.
But
I think that was with the oath bow that you could hit 2 targets that we were
You
discussing.
might be right. So I can do once per turn, deal an extra 1d6 to one creature that you hit with an attack if you have advantage. I don't need advantage if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it. So in the case of these guys, I don't need advantage to attack unless they move super far away from each other.
So with not having actual advantage, let's say there's a mob on COD, you can run up on the one that's attacking COD and be able to use your sneak attack because the focus is on COD. Or if you have general advantage on your attack, you could use it as well.
Okay. But still, that's an extra 1d, so that's 3d6 essentially.
It'd be because you're
'Cause I
level
would-
2.
I would
you're
roll
at-
the flame tongue,
So you'd roll a flame tongue, and
which
then
that would be 12. If a 13 hit, of course. And then I would roll a regular 1d6 and get a 6. And it would do 18 damage. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but right now Havok's just like, shit. He's like, what have I done?
I have contingencies.
He's
For the
like, what have
audience-
I done?
The audience at home, never fear. I have contingencies.
Dude, check out this oath bow roll. Check out this oath bow roll.
18 damage.
This is, so if I utter the words of power and I have a favorite enemy, say like a boss somewhere, look at all these dice. 26 damage.
Jeez.
It's so sick. Sounds like that extra 130 hit points is coming in soon. Balls. Don't say that. Don't say that. All right. I love this oath bow now. I take back everything bad I ever said about it. It is now lit.
We both learn new things about our weapon.
You may learn some new things about your weapon soon.
What are you talking about?
What?
Oh, God.
Don't do this to me.
We screwed ourselves.
Don't
so
do
bad.
this to me.
Don't do what?
All right. So
you guys
Narcus asks.
screwed yourself the
Narcus
second you got him.
asks. So each class has a subclass. Is there a level that comes into play?
I believe at level 3 for everyone, I believe, you can choose a subclass.
What's all that whistling? Who's watching sports?
Me.
DRoc.
It's okay. I'm about to have to jump off.
Yeah, gonna be that time.
So let's just go to Wizards since we were talking about Wizards for a while. That's Warlock.
It's the Seahawks versus the Vikings. Aren't you a Vikings fan?
I'm gonna fucking stab you. There will be blood.
There will be blood.
That was.
Yeah. See? Don't disrespect the do. DRoc, savage.
Okay. I do not like how Wizards are played.
You want to show the class?
Share with the class.
So it looks like they have a like a subclass, if you will, but it doesn't really say when you access them. Arcane Tradition. Oh, at level 2. Okay. So at level 2, you gain an Arcane Tradition, which is your different schools of magic. So in this case, Wizards get them earlier on than other
Doge.
classes.
What's up, dude?
Oh, it's
But For warlocks,
It's the bot that didn't come pick his microphone up.
F's in the chat.
He's about to have my other one. I'm gonna give it to him
Yeah.
because they didn't ask for it back. So
Oh, nice.
all right.
warlocks are at level 3.
He's getting the eye. He's getting stared at right now. Yeah, we all know.
Go out.
We all know. All right,
It's
dude.
Food in my system.
Sounds good.
Arcus,
You're about to
Ocelot.
screw up all the cameras. I just want to let
Doge.
you know that.
Wow, what savage.
Appreciate you guys. Hope you had some fun.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
We
I'll
learned
redo it
amazing
on the
things
fly.
about our weapons.
Were we still thinking
guys.
Tuesday for the
Uh,
next game?
I forgot I have dinner plans Tuesday. I could do Tuesday probably if we do it early enough in the afternoon.
Oh,
It's
I
not gonna
gotta
happen.
work.
Yeah, normal people work.
No, I mean like 4:30 or 5 o'clock your guys' time.
Oh,
That's
doable.
evening. Yeah.
See you,
Like
Ocelot.
Yeah. So
Bye, Ocelot.
Thanks for
like
coming by,
2:30
man.
or 3 for me.
How long are you gonna have then?
2.5 hours. Figure that's plenty.
That's what it usually is,
Yeah.
depending on how much we fuck around.
What I would
Much
suggest
yoga on the roof we do at dawn.
True. that takes a while.
What I would do, Narcus, is I would just
All
look
right.
up different.
DRoc.
Later, man.
Damn.
Look up different D&D campaigns and just watching how they play theirs out. What I'll do is in Discord, I'll link the one that I watched a lot of, just to learn what I would consider the basics, and just watch, a couple things, couple hours if you want, just to see how everything plays out. You having fun over there?
No, look what he did to his camera.
It's not there.
I'm helping you out.
I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, Matt Mercer is a really good source. When I first started, I watched Chris Perkins, who has been on the team, I want to say since the 90s, I think.
Dang. That's
yeah.
dedication.
I want to say right around there. I want to say like late 90s. And he's one of the head people there now. But yeah, I'll link what I watched in Discord, and so you can check it out.
Cool. What else?
I don't know.
How far do we actually get on the recap?
We only did episode 1. We only did episode 1.
That's what I thought.
So episode 2.
All right, you talk for a bit. I'll be right back.
All right. We brought LT Buttercup into the fold, playing Bela, the sorcerer. We brought Cod back in as a ranger, and DRoc finally showed up. They made their way down the same trail as the group did before, down the high road, down the Triborn Trail. Saw the cart that the goblins had attacked. Made them search for any kind of tracks. Eventually, they found their way to the Cragmaw Cave. It was interesting that Cod had had some remnants, not remnants. What's the word? Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. Some PTSD in a sense of his previous character. which was just some fun fourth wall breaking stuff going on. Made their way to Craig and was able to take him out and got to the city, which is where we started off on in episode 3 on the YouTube video. Now I'm going to touch back on episode 2 when Todd gets back and just make some jokes, ha-has. So how was that PTSD you were feeling?
What are you talking about?
Kendrill had some not PTSD, but some deja vu.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Of Thorn falling in a pit trap, Thorn splashing around unconscious in water.
Kendrill really felt for Thorn. It's like he was there. So, can I watch your old videos on Twitch? No, they're gone.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes
deleted themselves.
Yeah. So I gotta ask, what was going through your guys' mind when I kept making you walk back and forth in the forest?
What? What do you mean?
When I kept making you guys make survival and investigation checks to try and find the tracks.
Yeah, we were failing horribly. It was, I don't know, it was fine. Again, so you got to remember that was like the second time I'd ever played D&D. So I thought this was all like normal. It's all like legit, and there's a reason for everything. So I'm just kind of rolling with everything, right? Then I fall into a goddamn pit.
Thorn fell into a pit.
Thorn takes it again.
So
what's up, Turret?
The whole idea is investigation and survival. They're not the same, but they are. So I kind of led you guys on a wild goose chase and saying, hey, use survival, hey, use investigation.
Yeah.
They're kind of the same thing depending on the situation.
I'm good.
Just
getting hassled by the DM here.
No one is hassling anyone.
There's hassle. There's a lot of hassle happening here.
What it all boils down to is the dice
hassling.
Rolls. There is no
That's
hassling.
True. That's very true. It's like Monopoly.
It all comes down to dice roll and the role playing. How you want to play everything out and what you get on the rolls. So if the DM can make ha-has at the players because of the rolls, then by all means.
Yeah, it was rough. It was a rough go, but I feel like the rolls have gotten a lot better since, especially last episode. So many nats. Feels good, man.
That was bonkers.
Feels good, man. It was awesome. I can't wait to throw that one up on YouTube soonish.
Yeah. So episode 3, you guys got into Fandelvin. You met some key characters. You met Hefe. You guys at first didn't like. You thought he was a dick.
Hefe is a dick.
You met. Who did you all meet? You met
that
Sister Garciel.
Yep.
Hefe. The innkeeper. You guys have yet named.
Oh, we'll name him.
Brethrens, the provisions guy, who you brought back his supply that you originally hired by.
Yep.
Drank plenty of his ale and wine.
Yep, delicious.
So that was just basically a walk around the town, try to meet some people.
Mm-hmm.
Found out Smithy had the Flame Tongue, the woodworker, who is also unnamed, had the Oath Bow.
So nice.
And learned about the Red Brand Gang type, saying, hey, you know what, we're going to deal with this, yada, yada, yada. Let's call it a day. We got this. Only to find out, hey, we don't know where these guys live.
Yep.
Episode 4 was about meeting an individual who
See that I hit a hotkey on my keyboard?
oh, I saw it but I didn't read it. That's fantastic.
If this was Mixer, I could delete that.
We don't play that game right now here.
Anyways.
Met an individual who also gave you a quest. Showed you guys where the Red Brand's hideouts, and you guys made your first mark against the Red Brand.
Yep.
Which actually, right after that episode, I was watching some guys talk about different things for D&D, and they brought up a good point to where the players always find different quest givers, in a sense, in taverns, and they always take them without really thinking, why should I have to do this? You know, what's the benefit?
Yep.
Or is it really even safe to do said quest?
I get that.
And they don't give it a second thought. They're like, hey, yeah, you know, we're up for the challenge. You know, we want to do the things.
Right.
Which really put me in a different mindset, in a sense.
Uh-oh.
No, you guys are perfectly fine in this.
Whatever. You're going to throw out some quests that we shouldn't take.
All the quests I'm giving you are in the book.
All right.
It's meant for you starter guys.
All right.
I'm more worried about season 2.
Oh.
Season 2, I have watched. I haven't played. I followed strongly on because I absolutely love this campaign. And
how close are we to season 2? We're not close at all, are we?
So you guys have to wrap up the Red Brands. Let me pull it up.
I don't want to know what comes next.
You don't want to
obviously.
know the different quests?
No, don't tell me.
Well,
I
no,
gotta
I'm
live
just-
it. It's
I'm just saying.
RP.
Yeah. So you have to finish up the Red Brands, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 more locations after this.
It's not terrible.
No.
Terrible. Cool.
And then
Be exciting.
we'll kick off season 2, which I'm real excited for. It's super RP heavy. Yeah, we might have lost audio.
DRoc.
What did he do?
He left. Our cameras are screwed up.
Wow.
All right, Narc. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you.
Yes, thank you, Narc.
Love your face.
If you have
Yeah,
any
I
more
can fix
questions,
this.
feel free to
Can fix
drop
this.
them in the Discord.
On the fly, fixing cameras. No big deal.
Hashtag life goals.
Hashtag I know Streamlabs too well.
My turn. Yeah, absolutely. If you have any questions, I can have Chad throw a question section in there in the Discord, and if you guys
Yeah.
want to ask
do that.
questions, then by all means.
That's you now. That's your frame. Enjoy.
With your okay.
Adjust as necessary. That's all we're getting right now.
I was gonna say, do I get your shoulder in there?
Yeah, Narcus, I'll make a Q&A channel in the Discord. I'll definitely. What else you got? You got anything else for tonight, or?
Recap.
I think we covered a lot.
Yeah. A lot for on the fly.
Yeah, a lot for having no plan. For sure.
All right. And if you are set and settled, you feel happy about knowing DRoc learned about his new attack that he had the entire time.
Super happy about the new attack that was always there.
And
Super happy.
getting your bow situated to automatically roll. Then I guess that is it.
Perfect.
We will be back hopefully on Tuesday for episode 6. I will discuss with you about Wolf maybe being there or not.
Yeah, we'll have to attempt to get a hold of him.
Well, he's doing a 24-hour stream because it's his 1 year.
Oh, shit.
So
Nice.
I dropped him a suggestion. I told him it was completely up to him if he wants to try and do it or not. What I
Well,
suggest,
he wouldn't be able to stream it.
right? I told him he would have to like host over to us as like a short break,
Yeah,
but
break.
counted as his stream.
Yeah,
And
I get it. That makes sense.
we can host him or rate him back, have him leave the group and restart his, and then we can rate him back or something. I told him that's completely up to him though.
Yeah.
But that is it for today. We will hopefully be back on Tuesday on episode 6. It sounds like since you guys learned your weapons now and are happy, you're gonna maybe bust in the doors and take them all on now.
Ooh. Yeah, we'll think about it. We'll think about it. As much as I'm going to give you. Think about it.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. We'll think about it.
All
right.
With that,
Thanks for being here,
you're
guys.
out. Thank you.
Love
for
your faces.
time. We'll see you then.
Make sure you
Bye.
follow.
Yes.
Hit the follow button. I know you
do we
can't
have-
subscribe yet, but we're getting there. Please
Yeah.
head over to our Discord/YouTube channel, all of which Havok is going to post in the chat right now because I can't because it'll mess everything up.
where do I find our Discord thingamajig?
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. Please excuse the camera malfunction shortly. I'll have to show you how to do this later.
I think you should just make a couple commands for Discord and YouTube.
Yeah. All right, this is our Discord. Everybody, please click on that. Join us there if you'd like to hang out with us. This is where you can watch our first ever video on YouTube. While you're there, please like, comment, and subscribe on that video. And since we're back now, so I've done all the things. That's all.
All right. Catch you guys next
Thanks,
time.
guys.
Bye.